So this is your part 2. So if you missed part 1, it was acting funny. So this is part 2. So go watch part 1 of your No Turning Back reading. Otherwise, you won't understand it. Yep, just to throw that out there. Now wait for y'all to come up in here. The other video, I don't know if it ended because it's acting funny. Okay, yeah, the other video won't end the live. So hopefully, since by the time I end this live, it goes ahead and ends the other live. Except, I probably do need to kind of hurry up because it was too long. Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah, it's being funny. So hopefully it does post and it doesn't keep saying that I'm fucking live. So that way afterwards I could say part 1 on it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started before it starts acting funny again. So either way, I think what I was last saying, which I actually forgot what I was last saying, but we were on 1, 2, 3. The timeline that you're going to end up aligning to, basically in a nutshell, is going to be the easiest one, which is making that decision. Like I said, night and day. So it's like waking up the next day and like things seem kind of out of alignment, but it's not out of alignment. It is out of alignment, but you're not out of alignment. You are now coming into alignment with what you were asking for. So now this comes into your money start acting up, right? So some of you guys may have already made this decision. So your money why do I keep saying it like that? Your money may start acting up, right? It may start to look funny, Now all of a sudden the money you had for this bill you won't have anymore, or the money that you never had for this bill you now start to have, right? So it's not just the people that's going to start to shift, it's your life that's going to start to shift. And Spirit is saying it's all because you finally made that final decision without including anybody in there. You did it for yourself. You stopped shadowing and you chose to live that life for yourself. So now Spirit is saying your life is going to have to start to come into alignment. You have come into alignment with the timeline that you have chosen. So now you may start to see some things start to act up. That's basically the universe removing what is out of alignment for you. It's no longer in alignment for you. So don't panic, okay? Don't panic. Remember, you never even included those things to be a part of your timeline. You were the only person that was basically meant to be a part of that timeline. You were the only person. So that job may start to act funny because it's not going to serve a purpose for you. If you're asking to make more money or have a certain type of celebrity success, you're not going to have it at that motherfucking job. So of course they're going to start to act funny. Of course you may start to lose your hours and everything else, right? Because Spirit is saying Spirit is saying at that moment, you got to look for your next step, right? You made the first step by making the decision. Now what's your next step? What's your next step? You got to start looking for it. And when you start looking for it, you got to remember you're the only person that's going to move forward, okay? Take it how motherfucker resonates. Let's move on. So, what version are you when you make this decision? What version is Leo? Fearless. That's so beautiful. You got fearless. It says you are bold about your joys in life, making you more vivid and alive to those around you, teaching them to take more risk in life, right? So when you make this decision to go on this timeline, you're going to be fearless, right? Because remember, I told you fear was holding you back in some type of way, which is why you continued to shadow for so long. And I told you it was a long ass time. A lot of you guys have been admiring certain people for a long ass time. Think of how long you might have been a Nicki Minaj fan. How many years have you been living in her success? Where's yours? How many years have you been saying, I'm going to be a doctor, living in everybody else's doctoral success? Okay, whatever type of doctor you want to be. How many years have you been reading books and intrigued by books, living in some author's shadow, right? Spirit, what version? You got the Tower. break the mold. You gonna tear it. Look, get ready. Then don't fear it, okay? Because you're gonna be fearless. But get ready for your whole life to be upside down. It's going to change drastically. For the amount of success that you're asking for, Spirit is saying you can't expect to be holding on to all this. You want that type of success, get ready for your life to change drastically. You won't go into a panic if you do what Spirit told you to do. Take the next step, but remember that next step involves only yourself. Don't think about everything else. How do you take this next step? What do you need to do? Where do you need to be? How do you need to think? What do you need to be asking for from the universe for yourself? You got strength. You got your card here now. You won't have no choice but to be a trooper, because you're not just asking for any little bit of itty bitty type of success. And you got, damn, Leo. When I tell you the universe is going to be pushing you, oh, they're going to take the reins. It's going to be totally out of your control. Once you make this decision, it's going to be totally out of your control. But I feel like a lot of you guys have known this for a minute, and that's more than likely what scared you. You have death here. You have the Hierophant at the bottom of the deck. Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana, Major Arcana. Your whole life is about to change drastically in a huge way. So a lot of these people, places, and things that you have right now, they're going to go bye-bye. Okay? The cars that you have going to go bye-bye. It doesn't align to your success. The house, apartment, or wherever you may be living may go bye-bye because it doesn't align to your success. Remember what you asked for. The Spirit saying you don't even got to remember what you asked for. You just got to remember to take the next step. Right? So if Spirit starts to remove you from a job, like basically you start to lose certain hours and everything, then Spirit is saying, well, you need to ask what your next step is, or realize what your next step is. I need to be looking for another job, right? But I'm not just going to look for any job because I asked for a certain type of success. So I'm going to start looking for the things that puts me in alignment with the success that I'm asking for. So instead, if I asked to have a entertainer type of success, right? I know the universe is going to give it to me. I literally know the universe is going to give it to me, right? If I want to be an entertainer, I told the universe I want to be an entertainer. That I made the decision. I am an entertainer, right? And now the universe starts cutting my hours. I'm not going to go asking them for more fucking hours. No, I'm going to do what I need to do, right? I'm going to work the hours I need to work. But what I'm going to end up doing is create my own platform where I can have that success at, right? Let's just say, for instance, use me as an example. When I had chose to finally do tarot, when I tell you the universe removed so many things, like it doesn't matter what I choose to do, but I just need this one as an example. They removed so many things, it wasn't even funny. I was just giving up my apartment because it was too fucking much at the time. My Crohn's had flared up out of nowhere. Like, it got so bad, I couldn't even work even if I wanted to. I had lost my car at that time. When I tell you the universe scrubbed every fucking thing from me, they scrubbed every fucking thing from me. I said fuck it, honestly. But, I couldn't even wrap my head around all the things that was occurring. I, couldn't understand it. But, look at what happened, right? I asked I said I want to do tarot and I want to do it on YouTube. If they did not take away, if they didn't flare my Crohn's up or take away that apartment and take away that car, I would have never focused on this. I would have never made it this far, right? I would have never pursued it. But I was asking the universe for some type of success, and they were saying, well, if you keep that apartment, it's going to stress you out. You're not going to be able to, do what you're about to do. If you keep that car, you're going to keep going in that car, and you're going to keep driving it wherever the fuck you're driving it to, and you ain't never going to be able to sit down and make a video, right? You're never going to be able to be consistent because you're always going out and about, right? So it's like Spirit saying you're asking for a certain type of success, where with that success, some of these things gotta go. Don't hold on to the attachment, because there should not be an attachment there, because you are the only person that you should be attached to. Because you're the only person that's going to move through these timelines. You're the only person that's really going to shift. You're the only solid being that's going to be present, right? Everything else has been included based off of what you said you wanted, right? So the house that you live in, the apartment that you live in, was based off something that you desired. You're desiring more, so it may not hold up right now. It doesn't fit in alignment with your lifestyle. Now let's move on. So, who will appear on this timeline with you, Leo? Who will appear on this timeline with Leo? Now, there go your family. Okay, you got family issues here. You got happiness hater. And you got cyberbully with fishing for comments at the bottom of the deck. Why did I put a deck here? Oh, you are done. Spirit's saying, I'm telling you, Leo, your whole life is going to change. A lot of these things that you have right now are, one day you're going to look back and be like, oh, I forgot I even had that shit. Right? It may feel like a struggle, but it's not a struggle. It's basically the universe saying you got to release it. You got to release it. It doesn't serve you anymore. You got to release it. A lot of if you've been holding on to a lot of things that are out of alignment with the success that you are about to request from the universe, get ready for it to go, because there's going to be a lot of endings. You have the Ten of Swords, you have the World, and you have the Queen of Swords. Is buffering? Damn. I'm not paying that motherfucking bill. I'm going to need the universe to work with me. I'm not paying it. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm not even going to be here for long anyway. I'm fucking tired of it. Shoot. I always want all the damn money in the world. All I want is the internet. Shoot. I need to take my ass down to that damn cable company and go ahead and give them this damn cable boxes and the damn alarm system. Take this shit, bitch. On my little $15 a month, and that's it. Oh, it's straight now? Okay, cool. So, basically, get ready for a lot of endings. A lot of endings. Go ahead and cut out what no longer serves you. But Spirit is saying this may not be the removal of you. I feel like a lot of people are going to have a problem with you all of a sudden. You're acting brand new. You're on a new timeline. Remember that. Remember that. You're on a new timeline. So people may start to look at you funny and literally start to say that you're acting brand new, when in reality you're not really acting, well, you are acting brand new. But they're now noticing it because you hit a new timeline. Whereas of yesterday, they weren't even noticing it. They didn't care because that was the old version of them on that timeline. This is now whatever Spirit is letting go of out of your life, basically. Whatever the universe is letting go out of your life is basically, hold on. I feel like something that has been out of alignment with you for a minute, but you were comfortable with it. They were comfortable with you. Don't lose me here. So this is like family, friends, jobs, or whatever it is that you've been doing. Even, love relationships, like romantic relationships. A lot of this stuff is going to come to an end. So now you're going to have a lot of people, hating on you, because now you're getting what it is that you are desiring. There was a lot of things holding you back, but in reality, you were the one person that was holding yourself back. You were holding yourself back this whole time. Basically, how you're going to know that you're in this new timeline is whatever you try to hold on to is going to become harder and harder to hold on to. You once loved it. You may still even cherish it, but the universe is saying, give that shit to me. Okay? It's like a child when they put stuff in their mouth and you try to get that shit out and they clench down. Okay? Or, a child when you put shit in, especially the babies, they grab some toddlers and stuff. They grab something and you try to get it out their hands and pry it open and you can't fucking pry it open and you're like, give me that fucking shit, right? and then they put it in their fucking mouth, and then you struggling trying to get the fucking shit out before they fucking choke to death. Okay? That's the universe with you. You own it. It felt good. It may even still feel good. But you're wondering, why can't I have this? Why can't I keep that? Right? In spirit, the universe is basically saying it's out of alignment. It gotta go. It's bad for you. It's bad for business. Those friends gotta go. Those lovers gotta go. That job gotta go. The money that you making gotta go because it's interfering. If you kept making so much money, right, that when it comes to like losing those jobs, if you kept making so much money from those jobs, that if you had the success there, you wouldn't move on. You wouldn't move on. You wouldn't even try to look for the next round. You wouldn't even be asking spirit for the new success that you're asking spirit for, because you would continue to be comfortable. So spirit's like, well, you asked for it. I got to get you in alignment with this, so I got to take this money away. Otherwise, you wouldn't look for another way to make money. Right? You know, and I get, what are we on? Afternoon. Either way, so that's who's basically going to appear on your timeline. Or what's going to appear on your timeline. So, what is the purpose? Yep, what is the purpose? Because when I tell y'all about to jump, I mean it. You about to jump. You got leaving or traveling. It says leaving or travel, but leaving or traveling, right? Because you about to go somewhere and you got ships at the bottom of the deck. Leo, you about to timeline jump. Your success, spirit saying, I got to get you to where you're going to have the best success at, right? Where you're going to have the best success at. Even if you've been there before. Maybe you weren't ready for it before, right? So you may go back to an old job or something. You weren't going to be successful before, but you may be successful now. So don't cut out, don't turn your head up to certain things that you may go back to or something, right? You weren't ready for it then, but now you are ready for it. So it's like your, cartography chart. There's certain places in the world where you'll be really successful at. There's certain places in the world where you'll just learn nothing but lessons, literally. So it's like Spirit saying, I'm going to be guiding you to the right city, the right state, the right country, the right people, the right connections or whatnot, right? So you may make an appointment and miss that appointment and have to reschedule that appointment. Don't panic. There's a reason for that, right? Nothing happens by chance. Everything is literally, meant to happen in some type of form or fashion. But Spirit is saying, I'm going to lead you to wherever you need to go, wherever you need to be. It does include people. It does include people. So what is the purpose? What is the purpose? You got the Nine of Pentacles. See, they're meant to push you. With all the people in the struggles you may start to endure, it's meant to push you in the right direction. Spirit is saying, when things start to look up, you'll know that you finally are right where you need to be. Spirit will start to leave you alone. And you'll start to gather your abundance. You'll start to gather your prosperity. You'll start to gather your success. Right? Things will become easier. You got the Nine of Pentacles, you got the Queen of Pentacles, and you got Strength. Again, you got your card. You got the Four of Wands. Yeah, see, you're going to start moving. You're going to have movement here. But you'll know that it's right for you. You'll know you have officially connected to your success. Whether, like I said, your success is big or you start to see glimpses of your success. You'll know when you're headed in the right direction or you finally made it where you need to be. And when it starts to, be fruitful. Be fruitful for you. Three of Swords. You have the Queen of Wands, and you have the Hangman. Right? Now, you'll start looking for other steps. You'll start looking for other steps. Your boundaries will be put in place. You got the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But you won't be so guarded. You won't be so guarded. I feel like you're not going to just allow anybody to come in. But their purpose for pushing you in this direction is based off of what you asked for. Their purpose, I feel like the people, places, and things that you may start to lose or may start to act funny or act up, the reasoning behind that is literally to show you, hold on, that you want more. Like, your spirit has to get agitated, right? You have to have a desire to want more. You have to have a reason to want more. Otherwise, you're going to keep doing the same fucking thing. Like I said, if the universe doesn't take away the money that you're making, then you're going to stay there. If spirit doesn't start to make your lover act up, then you're going to stay there, right? If spirit doesn't start to make something, you know, in your life be unbearable, you're going to end up staying there. So I feel like the purpose for these people, places, or things is to push you into the success that you have asked for. Instead of you continuously stabbing yourself to death and breaking your own fucking heart because you don't have the success. So you don't just keep sitting there and watching everybody else, you know, have the success that you want. Spirit wants you to get up and be able to and be capable to have the success, have the success that you're asking for, you're requesting. But like I said, starting off, when we started this reading, Spirit is saying it starts off with the decision. And everything else is going to trickle. But you got to be fearless and understand that everything that's happening is pushing you into alignment. So people acting funny, don't pay attention to how they acting, okay? Either they going to stay or they going to have to go. It is what it is. Let go of the attachments. Let go. You either want the success or you don't. Is that friendship more important than the success that you want? If it is, then fuck it. Don't ask for shit. Just stay where the fuck you are. Is that job more important than the success that you're asking for? If it is, fuck it. Don't ask for shit. Stay where the fuck you are. And etc. Either way, last on our list, what's the action needed to be made moving forward for your highest good? And like I said, you can join me on the main channel at 5 p.m. Central Time, which I think is within an hour, for question and answers. The main channel link is down below in the description box. But they are paid readings only, but you could join me over there. You have the loving woman. What's the action needed by Leo to move forward for their highest good? You have spiritual strength, the number 9. You got the Tower, Page of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Connect back to yourself each and every time. Each and every time that you feel you got to make another step, and you're going to know when you need to make another step because too many things are acting funny and you don't know what to do, okay? Whenever you don't know what to do, you need to make another step. And Spirit is saying you need to go back within. Connect to yourself. What do you want? What step do you want to make that does not involve everybody else? Okay? Each time, what step do you want to take that does not involve everyone else? So if you decide to, let's say, throw out all your books, you made that step because that's what you decided you wanted to do. Now, after you throw out all your books, you're like, well, what's next? What's next? You look at what you can do, okay? Because it's going to reveal itself to you. You just got to make the choice. It's going to reveal itself to you. So you look at what's next. And if you decide, after you throw out all the books, you want to replace those books. But you want to replace those books with something, well, you want to replace those books with other books, let's just say, right? You threw out all the books. You chose that step based off of what you wanted. Now, when it comes to replacing those books, you need to replace those books with things that you desire, because that's your next step. Not, I want to have this book because it's going to teach me such and such, such and such about this person, right? It's going to teach me such and such, such and such about, unless it deals with your purpose, right? Like you are admiring this for a reason. Hold on. Let me choose something else. Them toxic relationships. Let's go into the loving relationships, romantic relationships. One time, me and my ex, we were in the car dealership, and I was about to get a car, the same car that Spirit took from me. Bitch ass, I fought so hard to keep that motherfucking car. But either way, the same car that Spirit took from me. Me and my ex were in the dealership, and the guy was asking me what kind of car I wanted, and I was telling him. I started to tell him. I didn't really tell him, but I said, I think I want, such and such, but then my ex interjected, and he was like, oh, you should get a such and such, such and such. Oh, can we look at that? And the guy looked at me like, are you buying this, or is he buying that? And I was like, well, it's really mean. I think he might have asked it or mentioned it. But either way, it was for me. It wasn't for him, but he was there, right? So my next step when I'm at that dealership should be for me. What kind of vehicle do I want? Because it's only going to be successful when I choose what I want, right? Not what the ex wants, or at the time, boyfriend, bitch ass motherfucker. But what that motherfucker wanted, okay? Because we're not going to keep calling him motherfucking names exactly. He don't get no motherfucking title except bitch ass motherfucker, okay? So, not what that bitch ass motherfucker wanted. So he was trying to say how we should look at these cars, we should look at that car, but I had to hold tight to my guns and be like, I desire this. And I was successful in getting it, but had I chose what he wanted me to, I wouldn't have been successful because I would have been out of alignment. I was not desiring that. I may not have known what I was going to get when I got there, but I knew once I saw it, or I knew what I wanted, basically when I saw it. So, hold on. If I had chose what he wanted me to choose, I would have been out of alignment. That did not fit in my reality because that wasn't even close to what I even was desiring, right? I had been shadowing those type of vehicles. I want that type of vehicle, right? I want that type of vehicle for the longest. I wasn't shadowing the vehicle that he was talking about. I may not have known exactly what model I wanted. I think it's a model. Or make. Model, make, what? All the bitches, okay? I may not have known exactly what it is that I wanted, but I knew what type I wanted. Make it make sense. But if I had chose what he wanted, it would have been out of alignment. So my soul would have already rejected it, which means I would have got a rejection. In my own reality, I would have got a rejection because I wasn't desiring that. So, Spirit is saying, moving forward, when you make these steps, you need to make sure that whatever step you're making is in alignment with what you want, and don't include anybody else's hopes and dreams in it. So if you take somebody with you, you need to be very strong when it comes to putting your foot down on what it is that you want. Not anybody else. Not anybody else. So if you don't feel that you're strong enough to make those decisions without somebody getting in your ear, don't tell them shit. Don't take them with you. Make the decision on your fucking own. Okay? Anyway, y'all, that's pretty much our reading. Join me on the main channel for question and answers. Bye, y'all.